Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday, 25th of August. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. Welcome to PatFacts. Patrick here, pat on your back, personal fitness. Thanks everyone for your feedback and your interaction last week when we talked about transitions. I've shared the episode out a little kind of throughout this week to some groups and pages I'm a part of. And it was fun to get some of that feedback and hear some of your methods of transitioning and how you sort of try to prepare and pre-plan for some of these events when we can. And that's great to see. It's what we want to do is pre-plan and have those steps in place that help us be ready for anything. And then when those things we don't expect do come up, again, we can handle them, we can prepare, we can modify. It's a little easier to modify an existing plan because something changes than to have to start from scratch because you didn't have a plan and something came up. So we always want to try to put things in perspective and plan out like we can. And again, just to reiterate how I finished last week, take the time now, if you haven't already, to plan those steps. Look at your next few months. Things for a lot of us are changing. September's coming. Hey, Jer. So we want to plan and look ahead so that we know what's coming up. We know school's coming up. Things are going to be changing. Maybe we're going back to work. Maybe we're changing our work schedule because of school and things going on. So we want to be able to make sure that we have plans in place so that, again, if things come up, we can adjust to them and we can look ahead to maybe know when those trouble spots could be. Again, planning and preparation are key. So the more we can look ahead and see some of those things, we can put steps in place. So then when we get to those moments, we already know what we're doing. We have that backup plan in place. So we don't have to stress and worry about it or try to react. We want to be proactive about it. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to touch on that and just kind of reiterate what we talked about, how we ended last week. And again, I appreciate all the feedback that we received on that episode. So, and as I mentioned, let me know what topics you'd like us to talk about on future episodes of PatFacts related to fitness and wellness and health. And if it's something that's beyond my scope, then as I've mentioned before, I'll reach out to my network and bring someone in that can contribute and help out with that and help us with those topics. So don't feel it's offline or not right. And if it is something weird, maybe I'll just refer you to a person and say, chat with this person. But I'll do my best to maybe bring that person on and do the video with us so we can answer your questions. Because chances are, if you have a topic idea, someone else probably does too, or will benefit from that as well. So feel free to share. Just a heads up for next week, we're going to talk about the Terry Fox run. That's coming up later in September. I'm going to reach out to the, hey, Helen, reach out to the Barrie Terry Fox run, and I've had the Edmonton Terry Fox run tune in on Instagram. So I'm going to reach out to those two specifically and see if they want to come on. I had Michael on last year from the Barrie Terry Fox committee. I'm going to see if he's wanting to join us again and chat about the run. But if not, at least maybe someone from the committees or some different ideas. So we're going to chat about that next week. I do have a team in Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness. So if you want to join us, this is the fourth year we put a team in the run. We raised over $1,000 last year and are looking to up that this year. So if you go to terryfox.org/POYB fit, so Pat on Your Back fit, you can join us there, and it's a virtual run, so you can do it from wherever you are, wherever you're safe to do so. But join us as a collective as we raise some research. So again, we're going to chat about that next week. So hopefully you'll join us Wednesday at 6 Eastern for that, 31st of August. So we'll be a few weeks out from the Terry Fox run. What I wanted to talk about tonight, just really quickly, I debated whether to do this. I almost did it last night as kind of a pop-up. But just a reminder, because I feel it needs to be said, just to be kind, be genuine to people. Hey, Andrea, welcome. I've seen a lot of posts recently on social media from friends, from acquaintances, just in relation to COVID, we'll say, different perspectives, different mindsets, and people really making kind of valid points from either side, whatever your whatever your perspective is, whatever your opinion is, based on the multiple things that are around us with COVID-19. I saw people who had different perspectives than me, but made a valid point, made a valid argument. That I thought, yeah, that's true. How could we do those other steps like we're doing for COVID? What were we looking at for other things? So, but then I see the comments, and the comments turn into a bit of kind of that childish name calling, kind of temper tantrum, or really just degrading kind of comments. And it's just very frustrating. I don't think any of us need that right now. None of us need it at any time, but especially right now. We should be able to have two different opinions and be able to respect each other's opinion, maybe discuss it, and try to learn more about their perspective, or give them your perspective in a constructive way. But this wasn't that. It was someone's opinion. It was a counter opinion. And then the counter opinion got attacked by the original poster's friends. And again, just turned really childish really quickly. And these are all parents, teachers, public figures who are doing this online. So it just was very frustrating. Like I said, I debated whether even just to pop on last night and mention it and do something, or just to kind of leave it all together. So I just wanted to touch on it, and just kind of as an overall reminder, just to be kind to people. We talked, it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we've used this mantra before after some of our workouts and unwind, and even some in-person workouts, those who've trained with me. Your mantra could be, how can I put the I in kind? So I saw that at my daughter's school a couple years ago. They did that. They took a picture of themselves as the I, and how can I put the I in kind? So it's good to reflect on that and be that reminder. How can you put the I in kind as you go about your days and about your weeks and about your 16, 17, 18 months that we've dealt with this pandemic? How can you put the I in kind? Whether that's interacting with people at the grocery store, at a restaurant, someone you pass in the street, someone who decides they want to go onto the road off the sidewalk to give you your 6 feet, to give each other your 6 feet. Hey, everyone, though, whether it's someone you interact with online, whether it's someone's post that you read, whether it's someone presenting you information, whatever it is, we should be kind right now. That's what we need more of. That's what's going to get us through a lot of these situations, or at least make them more tolerable, is being adults, being kind to each other, and hey, Sheila, passing on that positivity pandemic that we've talked so much about. You can see there on my sign. That's what we want to be spreading. We want to be passing that around to each other. And I find, again, it's frustrating. I know it's been a long haul. It's still not over. We've got a long ways to go, but we need to keep our wits about us, because when we don't, that's when other things take over. That's when other things can maybe win. Maybe we get a little too stressed, tense, and anxious, and then that can compromise our immune system. And we don't want that. So we want to be sure that we're being kind whenever we can, to be able to, thanks, Andrea. I thought you might like the sign. Whenever we can, to keep that positivity pandemic spreading, to keep that good energy spreading out there, so that people can have a good day, have a good moment in their day. That can make a big difference for someone. Those couple of minutes where you're maybe really kind to them and smile and show appreciation, or say please and thank you or anything like that. Those few minutes could be the only few minutes they experience kindness in their day, unfortunately. And that can make a big difference for them. So we need to keep that in mind and keep those perspectives in mind. And again, know that it's okay for people to have different opinions. Maybe you try to reach out to the person directly and discuss it. And again, you learn about their perspective. You can talk about yours, and maybe you can discuss it, talk about it. Maybe you send them a private message instead of commenting on their post with your remarks to try to figure things out. Or maybe you just agree to disagree and say, that's how they want to approach this. Hey, Bonnie, this is how I choose to approach it. This is the best situation for me. And that's all that matters, because really, we still don't know. We have ideas. We have research coming out that's changing all the time. It's still new. There's variants and all this sort of stuff. It's all really new. We don't really know 100% what's going to work. And there is no 100%. When you look at things, nothing is perfect. There's no 100% sure foolproof method to not get it or have to deal with it. Just like anything else. You have to wear a seatbelt in your car. It's not guaranteed to save your life. Chances are it will, but it's not guaranteed. Right? And then we can think of all kinds of different things that we put in our body or use or put into our lives that there's never 100% guarantee. There's still that little bit of kind of wiggle room where there's a chance something can happen. And that's with everything kind of we've seen with the pandemic right now too. We want to put ourselves in the best shape we can. So we've talked here about ramping up our self-care so that we can take as much control of it as we can to, again, try to lessen the chance. That being said, I know extremely fit people who have gone through COVID-19 and have really struggled with it. So it's no guarantee, but typically chances are less for you to get it if you're taking care of yourself. And again, kind of like the vaccine is supposed to be, the conditions hopefully will be less severe if you have that healthy immune system, and or you can recover from it as well, maybe faster or a little stronger if you have that good immune system, if you take really good care of yourself. But again, nothing is 100%. We just want to do as much as we can to take care of our own health, to make things work for us as best we can. And that's what we need to do. And again, for some people, that's exercise and fitness and wellness. For some, that's staying home and not being around people, not being active. Maybe that's not their thing. Maybe they don't think that helps them. That's their opinion. Again, people like me will try to promote and educate and explain maybe the benefits. But at the end, it's that person's choice whether they do it or not, just like any of the other options that we have for us out there right now currently, and anything that could come down the pipe as an option as well. Just checking in here. Andrea says, I'm also finding, and I'm sure you've seen this too, that people are done with common courtesy, acting responsibly, etc. For sure. I had a doozy patient at work last night who didn't want to wear their mask or fill the COVID screening and was really quite obnoxious about it. For sure, yeah, we see that a lot too. People come into the store now not even wearing masks anymore, or they wear the mask under their chin and walk around the store and put it up when they see somebody or whatever. People are over it. Again, that's the difficult part, is a lot of people are over it and frustrated with it because, again, it's been 17 our 2-week initial lockdown last year has lasted 17 months with different variations of it. So understandably, people are frustrated, people are upset. But again, now is the time to refocus when we're facing those struggles and those difficult times. It's when we really have to buckle down. To remember back to 17 months ago when this first started, and we all buckled down and said, okay, let's take our 2 weeks, let's shut things down, let's make sure that we're taking care of ourselves and each other so this thing will ideally go away, which unfortunately hasn't happened yet. But we've seen some progress. We've got kind of almost there, and then some things have kind of crept back in. But we need to go back to that mentality. We need to think back to that time and use that experience of being selfless, being maybe unselfish, being there for each other, being strong and motivated, trying to find ways to maybe ramp up that inspiration, that motivation, that care, maybe that to diminish that frustration. And again, for some, maybe that's picking up those hobbies that you developed along the way that maybe you got away from when things open back up those first times. Maybe it's finding something new to do to pass your time. Find an outlet. Maybe you can get together with some friends now that we can and discuss and talk about things and what's frustrating you and how can we get through it. Maybe like a support group or kind of a mastermind type thing where you can help each other to get through however long this takes us to get through the rest of the pandemic. Who knows what will stick around of it, what will last. But we need to look at that support. Lean on a coach or a mentor to help guide you through. I get to this point, I'm really stuck, just like you would with a workout. I got to this point, I'm really stuck. I can't make that next level, or I'm getting frustrated because I'm not seeing results. What can I do? They'll give you steps and techniques or tweaks to make to what it is you're doing, or maybe something different to give you that kind of next level. So maybe a coach is someone you need to help you. Maybe it's a group of friends. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's someone virtually that you can chat with on Skype or FaceTime or something like that. Again, look around, see what's there for you. Think of ways to get through this instead of just being frustrated all the time. Again, think of what you do when you're frustrated at just everyday things. What helps you cope? Okay, put some of those factors into place. Put some of those things into place to help you cope and get through this as well. Because some of those, again, we talk about systems. Some of those systems are what help us get through these tough times. And again, maybe your system for this frustration will help you with this frustration. Or you can at least take that framework and tweak it to this one and find those ways to help. And again, you're not alone. Keep that in mind. There are people out here, there's people here watching that I know have become connected through these videos, which is amazing to see. It's one of the benefits that I didn't honestly kind of see or think about. I just thought we'd all come together as a community and help each other out, but really your sub communities and your friends that you've developed between this kind of community within PatFacts has been really impressive and really awesome to see. And I see you guys commenting with each other and interacting on posts that aren't nothing to do with me, your own things. And that's been awesome to see that kind of relationship grow. So remember, you do have people out there who are there to support you, are there to help you. And maybe take a look. If you see people or know people that are really frustrated with what's going on and aren't sure where to turn, maybe offer an ear, a shoulder, a perspective, support, help, assistance. Remember again, a few months ago when everyone said, anyone that doesn't want to go to a grocery store, call me. I'm going anyway. Let's do orders. I can get orders. You call your neighbor and say, hey, I'm going to the store. Do you need anything? I know you don't like to go. I'm going anyway. I'm okay. I can grab you some things too. We have to get back to that mentality, back to that mindset of being good neighbors, of being positive, of being helpful, and supporting each other through this. And again, that's maybe now instead of helping them shop, maybe it's helping them deal with the frustrations or the uncertainty, or maybe the lack of trust they have in systems and in governments and health, whatever the case may be. Maybe we need to help them build their trust, or at least have trust in something, which will help them, again, come from that high level of alert, maybe down just a little bit. And we need that. Our bodies need to come down out of that red zone. We can't stay there all the time. It's not good for us. We're not designed to do that. So maybe that's what we need to do. So think of different ways of how you can help yourself. And then again, we say try to help. Once you help yourself, it's a little easier to help those around you as well. Sheila says, not meant as a pat on my back. I like what you did there, Sheila. I'm trying to be kinder because I am blessed by all I have. A home, a guaranteed income, friends, etc. And realizing a lot of people are a lot less well off than me and are hurting. For sure, Sheila, that's so great. And that's just, and you deserve, give yourself that pat on your back. See how I swung it around? You deserve that. That's great that you see that. You're expressing and practicing gratitude for what you have. Not, oh, what do I don't have? And this is so hard. And the virus is this and that. And what are we going to do? But you're taking perspective of what you do have and being thankful for what you do have. And then that can help you express that kindness, because when you practice gratitude, it's a great way to get you into that good mindset. Again, if you've been with me through classes in person or online, at the end of a yoga class or unwind, we usually start with that gratitude practice. 3 things you're most grateful for right now. Think of them and express that gratitude toward them, because that takes us out of that, again, that high level red alert zone and brings us down, because you can't be kind of angry and anxious and express gratitude at the same time. They kind of flip each other away. So if you can express that gratitude, again, it puts you in that good mindset to help you be more positive, be more kind to that person. So maybe that's your coping mechanism or your strategy right now. Maybe practice gratitude. Have you been practicing gratitude? Maybe get away from it when things get open and you get too busy to do that practice. Maybe you haven't been. Maybe you haven't officially been practicing gratitude, but maybe now it's time to take a 5 minutes at the end of your day or the start of your day, or both. What am I grateful for right now? And that's a good initial practice. And our pal Brendan Burchard, who I've shared his videos and things with here before, he suggests we should be more grateful in the moment. So that when we're here, we're grateful for this time together in the video and sharing information and helping each other grow. And whatever's next in the video, if you're going for dinner, if you're doing something around the house, if you're reading a book, if you're visiting family, be grateful for those moments, because we don't usually do that enough. We try to practice it here and there, but if we do it in the moment, we stay in that gratitude mindset more often. And then again, we'll be a little more calm, we'll be a little more collected, we'll think better, we'll be more kind, because we're in that good headspace. We'll have more patience, we'll have more tolerance. So it's always a good practice, a good way to start. And again, it's nothing complex. It's nothing really difficult about it. There's no secret formula. You just take a few minutes and think, what am I grateful for right now? What is it? And it could be different. It will be different for everybody. And thank you, Sheila, for sharing yours. I really appreciate that. And I know everyone else does as well, because it gives that a good example. I'm just going to pop it up here one more time. And so Sheila said home, guaranteed income, friends, and she said, et cetera, et cetera. So there's more things there that she's grateful for. She just didn't put them all here on her list. And that list could be the same 3 things every day. I know some of you have mentioned that before when we've done our live videos, that it's the same 3 things as last time. Great. Sometimes it will be, sometimes something else will pop in there. But if we get into that practice and get into that habit of experiencing that, then again, that puts us in a better perspective. That lets us maybe sit and concentrate on our work. That helps us be kind to those people, to have more patience with the lines and the new protocols that we have to deal with. Because again, everything's changing. I can't really see anything going 100% back to the way it was in March of 2020. I don't really see it. The only thing I see that are trying to go back that way are some people. And typically those are the ones that are frustrated right now, or extra frustrated, or the ones that are not quite there. They're just sort of spitting maybe some venom or putting things out online because they wanted to go back. I don't see it. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like things are going to go back to the way they were 100%. And to me, we shouldn't want them. Even if things open up and COVID clears away and it's never here anymore, we shouldn't go back to that. We should still be progressing forward and making sure things like this either don't happen again, but people say they will. So let's lessen the severity of it. And let's try to keep going and moving forward. Yes, Andrea says, great way to look at it, Sheila, for sure. Bonnie says, hold on to each other. It's free. So true. We can help each other. And even something like this, again, we're not with each other. We're virtual. We're not in person, but we can still help each other and support each other and give each other that sort of good feeling of being with people that we know and trust and are open to sharing with, because there's a comfort there and we need that. So again, if you can't actually hold on to the people because of distance or again, pandemic and things going on, then there are ways around it. And I think for some of us, we're losing sight of that, is that there are ways to work around it. Yes, it's tiresome to still be in front of a computer, having meetings and phone calls with people. In person is much better, but we have to make the most of it and do what we can. So again, yes, that's a great tip, Bonnie. They'll hold on to each other. It's free. If we have each other, that's typically all we need, and we can kind of move forward and get through these tough times together, just like we get through the good times as well. Thanks, Bonnie. Nice plug. Sheila set me up for that one. I had to make it work. So thanks for that setup, Sheila, with the pat on your back plug. So again, yeah, be kind. That was my main message. We kind of get chatty a little bit there, but really it all ties in together. Think of the ways you can help yourself get through this, like we talked about before. Think of the things you can do to help others get through this, but try to focus on yourself first. Get yourself set up. The better you take care of yourself, the better we can take care of those around us. And again, we have chatted about that before. So whether that's fitness, whether that's your nutrition, whether that's a hobby, whether that's putting on some headphones, listening to some music, we're going for nature walks, sitting quietly, meditating, whatever that is, find those ways, those coping strategies that work for you. And if you're not sure, think back to a few months ago, a year ago. What were you doing to get through this pandemic, this time, this different time, this isolation, this work from home, all the things we've dealt with, curfews and everything? What were you doing to get through it? And let's maybe bring some of that back. And then as you get those in place, then you can put things in place to help those around you. Or something simple like kindness is easier to exude and share because you're in that good mindset. That positivity pandemic is easier to pass on because you're in that good headspace. You're in that good mindset. So again, some of you have shared. I'd love to hear from you what your ways to get through the, we'll say coping for kind of lack of a better word, but your systems, what systems do you have in place to help you deal with difficult times, whether it's a pandemic or just in general. Again, I'd love to hear from you in the comments here, whether it's recorded or you're here with us live. Again, let's share with our communities and help each other get stronger. Thank you, Bonnie. Yes, take care and stay safe. Self-care is important, very, very important. That, to me, that's the root of all this. If we can take better care of ourselves, then science shows us that we lessen our risk of a lot of other diseases, not just COVID itself. But and again, nothing's perfect, but we want to do the best we can and put ourselves in the best position possible to avoid dealing with some of these difficulties that so many have had to deal with and go through over these past 18 or so months. So again, be kind to yourself, practice that gratitude, think of those ways you got through these months, this year, to get to this point. And let's bring back some of those kind of methods you've put in place before to help you de-stress, to unwind, to forget. Remember, we want to forget about this for time to time, to take breaks. If you go way back to first episode of PatFacts, and at the 1 year anniversary, I replayed it. My first point was be alert, be aware, but don't dwell. Know what's going on, take the information you need, but don't dwell on it. Don't get so absorbed in it, it overconsumes you, because then you stay in that hole. You stay in that darker place, or you stay in that high level alert. And we can't be up here. We need to come down out of it, let the body recover so it's ready for the next time. That's the way the system's designed to work. And so many of us stay up here as it is before the pandemic happened because of alerts and pings and messages and technology. We need to have that time away. So take time to do things that distract you. We need that. Play, have fun, laugh, smile, joke. Even if they're not funny, joke anyway. As long as you laugh at your jokes, that's all that matters. That's what I say anyway about mine. Find ways to distract yourself, take those breaks, and find ways to be able to better manage your health, your stress, your anxiety, your focus. There's so many different ways. Pick the one that's going to make the biggest difference for you. That's what we usually recommend. Focus on that first, and then the others will improve slightly because of that. And then you can work on those as well as you grow and evolve. Andrea mentions, I mentioned this previously, but laughing makes me always feel good, for sure. When the pandemic first set in, I started sending my friends and family bi-weekly funnies. Awesome. Some are bad dad jokes and some are funny memes. I'm still sending them. Brightening someone's day with a laugh can definitely help, for sure. And that led into what we kind of said here. It was like a good segue. I didn't even read your comment first. Just worked out that way. But for sure, laugh. Find something to make you laugh. If you're watching videos or clips, maybe just set a timer or a schedule. I'm just going to go on for half an hour, or I'm maybe going to watch a show, or I'm going to watch something or listen to something that makes me laugh. Or like Andrea said, maybe there's an account you follow that shares dad jokes or funny memes or goofy things. Maybe go on and see some of those. But yes, we need to laugh. We need to smile. We need that. I know our pal Alain shares artwork. He loves his artwork and shares it. And that he puts a story or a quote behind it that he's found, and it just kind of enlightens you, gives you that different perspective of things. And Jen has started painting during the pandemic. That was her hobby. That was her way to sort of get through this time. So maybe get back to that. Maybe find ways to keep yourself moving and keep yourself growing. But we definitely need to find those escapes. Laughter is a big part of it. Music. Again, any kind of hobby. Fitness is great because you get that distraction from it. You get those endorphins released, and we focus on ourselves. It shuts off things on the outside as well. So that's a big help for us to get that distraction time away, so again we come back with better perspective and a better, more clarity, so we can focus on what it is we're doing. Great minds. That's right, Andrew. Great minds think alike. Fools seldom differ, I've heard as well with that. So that's it for tonight, gang. I just wanted, again, just to reiterate, how can I put the I in kind? That's your mantra for the week, for the month. We got a couple weeks left, or a week and a half left of August. Let's keep things going along as well. Andreas is here just closing. Jen has come so far with her art, for sure. She's done a lot of courses, and she's found workshops and things to do along the way to learn new skills. And that's right, Andrea started vegetable gardening last year for the first time, and have joined an online community to help. Awesome. Yeah, so there's different workshops and resources out there as well to help us with some of those hobbies that maybe we can't get in person to learn, but there's so many resources out there that'll help us take those next steps. And Andrea and Jen have both been examples of that. Thanks so much, Sheila. Great to see you back here on Wednesdays. Hope glad you're doing well. Keep up that gratitude. Thanks as well, Bonnie. Yeah, we've been missing you, Andrea. Glad you're back here. Great to see everybody again. The gang back together. So nice. Glad it's worked out. Sorry, it's maybe taken different situations to cause this, but I'm very happy to see everybody back. And welcome all the new people as well, the new viewers. Again, let us know your thoughts. Share with us again your ways to cope with some of these frustrations we've been dealing with. That's Bonnie, that counts. That's art. Bonnie says, I make stick people. That's art. That's what I do as well. That totally counts. It's just like abstract, I think, or something. But that totally counts. That's some art as well. So whatever art is for you, it's your perspective. That's the nice thing about art. That's what I would tell people when I used to teach hip hop fitness. If you miss a step, it's not messing up. It's called freestyle. You're putting your own perspective into it, because when you dance, it should be different. We should all look different when we're doing even the same dance, because we all have different backgrounds and experiences to put into it. Stick people, 3D people, painting, drawing, doodling, finger painting, whatever it is. It's your perspective. It's your personality coming through. Let it shine. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. Remember, really ramp up that self-care. Let's really take care of ourselves here. Let's really get interpretive dance, Andrea. That's right. You got it. Let's really keep that self-care high. And that includes finding these ways to escape, to feel better, to be kind, to spread that positivity pandemic. And we'll see you next week for our Terry Fox talk. Again, if you want to join our team, terryfox.org/POYBFit. You have to register as an individual first and then join the team. But the team is Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness, or if you want to donate to the team, even, again, terryfox.org/POYBFit. But we'll chatting about that more next week, and hopefully having someone from Barrie and potentially the Edmonton Terry Fox run hop on here and join us to give some more details. So have a great week, everyone. Stay safe, take care. Remember, always make yourself the priority that you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Have a great night, guys.